Kifley reporting live from DGMZ Studios. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Movies were hot and board games were swell. It was a time of high unemployment and high inflation. This was the era known as the Great Depression. We will go in depth of all aspects of the Great Depression. The Great Depression was caused by the stock market crash in 1929, the day Wall Street collapsed. By the 1930s, money was scarce because of the Depression. People did what they could to make their lives happy. For example, young people danced to big bands. It was the golden age of mystery novels, and people escaped into books. The Great Depression was also caused by the overproduction of crops, and farmers couldn't pay off their debts. For example, in California, it was cheaper to destroy the crops than to pay the workers to pick them. We will now go live with Anna Banana.
Home, please home. Well, at least it was for these people.
Thousands are homeless. Millions are jobless. With no income, they're unable to pay their rent. In an attempt to find shelter, people build shacks from anything they can find, from cardboard boxes to bits of wood to even old car body parts. We are live in an actual shantytown, also known as Hooverville.
And here we have three residents of this town.
Hi there! I'm Hobo Bob. That's Hobo Jack. Say hi, Hobo Jack. And this is our bum Nails. Just ignore Nails. Nails has entered a coma.
So what do you guys do here in this town?
A lot of times we sleep, rove around looking for food, take a couple bites. That's all fun.
What kind of food do you guys eat?
Well, there was this one time where we actually got some bread and water, only because people threw it at us, but it was still good. And then we got a rat once. We found a rat in the holes, and was it me and you, or was it me and Nails? It was me and you, huh, Jack? Me and Hobo Jack was fighting over the rat. The only reason he got it was to kick me in the shin. He's a dirty fighter. Yeah, bring it on, Hobo Jack.
What do you guys do for fun?
A lot of times we beat each other. That's very entertaining to us. We sing! It's so great. And occasionally, when we sing, people will throw food at us to make us shut up, and that way we get our meal, too. That's a key.
That's fun.
Oh, Nails woke up! What's up, Nails? Hey, Nails, have a interview.
Well, thank you for your fun time.
Now, bad! Nails, back to sleep!
Studio.
No! Bad!
Thank you, Anna, for that very touching story on Hooverville. Well, we wish you all the best, but stay tuned. We still have the interview with Herbert Hoover. Now for a commercial break.
Gotta get a move on. Try Hobo Bob and Hobo Jack Wheelbarrow. They'll get you going. Shotgun. Buy your wheelman today. Your next cardboard box is free.
Welcome back to DGMZ. Today we have a special guest, Herbert Hoover. Herbert Hoover was the United States President during the Great Depression. He was a Quaker, a humanitarian, and he is also responsible for the organization of numerous relief programs in Europe during World War II. Here today we have a special interview with Herbert Hoover himself. Here I am sitting with Herbert Hoover. Hoover was born into a working-class family in Iowa. He was orphaned before he was 10, but he was the first of his class to go to Stanford University. By the age of 40, Herbert Hoover was worth over $4 million. Thanks for having us, Herbert Hoover.
Pleasure is all mine. Thanks for having me.
Can you describe your successful 1928 presidential campaign speech?
I believe the American system is based on rugged individualism and self-reliance. I also believe the powerful government during World War I should go back to its pre-war side and should not get involved with business.
What action did you take during the early days of the Great Depression?
I launched the largest public works project ever recorded in history. I believe that problems of poverty and unemployment were best left to voluntary organization and community service.
I heard that you had fears if the government got too involved in a person's life. Is this true?
Yes, because I fear that federal relief programs would undermine individual character by making the people dependent on the government. I don't want that to happen.
What else did you try to do during the Great Depression?
I attempted to make the industries keep wages high in order to maintain consumer purchasing power.
Was it successful?
Business didn't maintain wages for skilled workers, but it cut hours of wages for the unskilled workers. They also created restrictive hiring practices. They made it more difficult for underqualified and older workers to get a job.
Exactly. So then by April 1st, 1933, U.S. still did not have any full-time employees. Fact. So when you took office, the unemployment rate was 4.4%. When you left, the unemployment rate was up to 23.6%. Then you quickly developed as an uncaring person.
Excuse me, you have come 60 days too late. The depression is over. Nobody is actually starving, and that the hobos are better fed than they have ever been.
Well, thank you, Herbert Hoover. He is still in denial. Thank you, President Hoover, for that insightful interview. To lighten up the mood, we have Billie Holiday singing at the cafe. We will now go to Anna for further details.
Thanks, Faye. I'm Annie here live at the cafe with Billie Holiday.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. It don't mean a thing. All you got to do is sing. It makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Just keep that rhythm, give it everything you got. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
And that was Billie Holiday with a prettier song, It Don't Mean a Thing. And here she is now. Now back to Faye at the studios.
That was quite a toe tapper. Let us ponder what caused the Great Depression. Was it because of the Wall Street crash of 1929? Let's go to Jackie for further insight.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm going to talk about the stock market today. The stock market crashed in October 1929, and by November, stock prices fell to 145 points. Last year in June, stock prices reached their lowest point at 34. In October, the utility company Boston Edison was denied their request for a stock split. The company was accused of earning monopoly profits. In October 28, the smooth holiday tariff was enacted. This decision came after the peak and the first panic in the stock market. When the stock market started to drift downward during September and October 1929, the volume of trade increased. The stock market crash of 1929 launched the Great Depression. Former millionaires were reduced to selling apples and pencils on the street corners. Mass poverty occurred as many workers lost their jobs and were forced to live in shantytowns. Now, as you can see in the sign, unemployment went down and inflation went up. Right here, you could also see the crowds outside Wall Street and be chaotic. And then right here we have two newspapers saying about the Wall Street. This one's the Cleveland Plain Dealer, and this is the Variety. Now we will go back to Anna with more information on the shantytowns.
Thanks, Jackie. Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm here to talk about Whoville. President Hoover believes self-reliance makes people strong, and also that the Great Depression will soon pass. He also tried to encourage people by telling them that these times will soon be over. Many people think the government should help, but there are no official programs for that. Besides that, President Hoover thinks that aid programs will make people weak and dependent on our government. He has urged cities and local agencies like churches to care for the poor in their streets in their areas, but there are just too many of them. Some homeless families even move in with other relatives, but for many other people, there was no place to go. More and more people are being forced into makeshift housing. Some people build sturdy houses of stone or brick. Tents and old water mains are also home to others. Rickety villages have been spreading around the edges of cities, especially the largest cities, which had acres and acres of these shantytowns. One shantytown has even sprouted in New York Central Park. They named these ramshackle towns Hooverville. Conditions in these shantytowns are very rough. The houses are set on bare dirt, so in rainy weather they have muddy floors. There is no running water or electricity. Residents cook over open fires or in tin stoves. People in these dire circumstances are very angry at President Hoover. They were sure that if Hoover had to live like them, he would feel differently about helping the poor. A few visuals of Hooverville and its people. As you can see here are some examples of Hooverville. This one here is an empty, desolate one, right there with somebody. And this one is a crowded one. They had those. And right here we have another of these shanty camps. Right there you can see a man. I don't know what he's doing in that picture. Over here, you see how they slept their beds. This guy's sleeping on the floor with on top of concrete. And right here we have a little boy sleeping in a box. That's so true. And now it's time for our entertainment section with Jackie.
Thanks, Anna. Entertainment was big during the 1930s to help people get through the Great Depression. For example, Greta Garbo, which is right here, was a very beautiful actress. She helped people forget about their troubles with movies like Anna, Christie, and Anna Karenina. Shirley Temple was also eased the pain of the suffering of the working man and his family. Her firmly held views inspired confidence in the values of the 1930s, which helped America out of the Great Depression. Music was also a part of the 1930s. It was the era of swing and big band. Artists like Benny Goodman and Tommy Dorsey rocked the house. Goodwin with his superb skills playing the clarinet and Dorsey with his trombone helped shape the big band era. Disney's animated version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1937 enchanted children and people of all ages. Snow White is a princess waiting for her prince. Singers like Billie Holiday sang their hearts to the public and tried to reach them. Mr. Duke Ellington composed dozens of popular songs, including Sophisticated Lady and In a Sentimental Mood. Billie Holiday was given the nickname Lady Day. She made her singing debut in Harlem nightclubs. Movies like Gone with the Wind was a 1939 Oscar-winning film. Plays in the 1930s included Clifford Odets' Waiting for Lefty, was based on a 1934 strike of unionized New York cab drivers. The play The Man Who Came to Dinner was written by George Kaufman and Maud Carter. It is about an owl-faced man living in his own world of self-pity and insane. Entertainment of the 1930s helped Americans bring hope for a brighter life. This has been the entertainment portion. This is Jackie reporting out. Now back to the studio.
Thank you, Jackie. Here we have a few facts about the fashion in the 1930s. This is what wealthy people would normally wear. Elaborate dresses with sequins were a favorite for females. Males would wear suits with wide leg pants. Jeans were a favorite for working class. Here we have a catalog showing simple dresses for the not so wealthy. They were very, very durable and made out of cotton, which means they would last long. This has been the fashion portion of this segment. Now, have a good day. This has been news on the Great Depression.
The Great Depression ended slowly when World War II commenced. More jobs were created and America slowly got back to its feet. This is Fatima Zulkifli saying toodles.
And Anna de la Cruz signing off. Thanks for watching DGMZ News. Goodbye.
And Godspeed.
What I do, da da do, da da do.